A table for four. That is us, and I might have to say this again because the audio cut me off last time. We are a table for four. And we are going to be talking today about post-Day 1 E3 Nintendo news. And there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, there is.
4-4.
For four. Alright. With that out of the way, the first agenda on today's... Okay. The first thing on today's agenda is what we feel was the weakest, was Mario Maker.
I think we need to comment on that thing. The first thing on agenda today...
Is the agenda.
Oh my gosh.
Debate me, son.
Son.
Debate.
Son.
You're younger than
Okay,
me.
father.
Mario Maker is a level designer and playable Mario simulator thing. I don't know. It's a Wii U, probably going to be released downloadable on the eShop. Probably for like $10, I think.
They said, $9.99.
$9.99 sounds right. And it's really just you upload your creations and levels to, not Miiverse. We didn't predict it, but it was something we talked about last night. And, well, it's a thing. It's real. Is there much to say about that one?
There is much to say, and that it's completely terrible. The only thing it
Whoa,
adds...
whoa,
Terrible!
That's a little...
That's
I
firing shots,
can-
but you don't want shot back
No,
at you.
Dude, like, I can understand that people wouldn't be so hyped for this, but it doesn't look bad. It looks
like,
it has
it's
a lot
the
of
worst
potential.
thing ever.
Only there wasn't
Nintendo
something
should stop.
exactly like it already online for free. It only adds probably two things to the formula that already exists.
All right.
And that's the new graphics engine. It looks nice.
It does.
When you pump up the graphics to the Wii U version, and it has improved physics, interactions between items. Those are the only two things. And even the interactions between items can be manipulated with what's already out there. Because Mario hacks aren't that unpopular. And I just don't feel like it adds enough to be news.
I'm with you to a certain extent. I think the graphics engine is nice. I think the improved physics is nice. But I think because Nintendo doesn't actually have anything from them, it's not official, I feel like it was probably time for them to do something like that.
Absolutely.
It's there now.
It looks pretty cool. Let's be honest.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Like
You're
that's
like,
why
it's
we opened.
terrible.
That's why we opened with it. We said we were going to open with what we pretty much felt was their weakest thing, mostly.
Also, I mentioned two things, but there was a third. Having access to Miiverse probably is going to increase visibility.
Of course. Is that Yoku Ruma? Hello. We actually have chat people here.
Hello,
This is
Yoko
interesting.
Ruma.
No, that is who he was asking if they were here. All for
Yeah.
Teen Saita Angel Kavari.
Just stop.
I'll stop. And
It's-
the Chutley.
It's over.
It's ogre. Alright, we're pretty much done with Mario Maker. Because
Nothing wrong with
there's
that.
nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't add like a lot, but it doesn't really subtract a lot. So we're pretty much done with it. It's fine. We'll leave it. It's good. Next, I think we'll move on to something else that we all could probably agree was pretty weak. The Captain Toad game.
That weak.
It,
What the
I
heck?
felt it was weak.
No.
It
dude,
looks
that
so
was...
nice.
It looks like they took something that was supposed to distract you from the main game on Super Mario 3D World. This is exactly what it's doing, and they turned it into a full game.
I would not even say distract. I'd say it was a pleasant mini game.
It was
that
a
they
pleasant
fleshed
mini
out, and it had the potential to be its own thing, and they allowed it to be just that.
If they do the mechanics, like the physics mechanics, right, and maybe flesh it out a little bit more. If we
What?
flesh it out a little bit more, then everything will be fine.
I thought Captain Toad was neat. Like, it was a little mini game, and they made it. I liked the Captain Toad mini game, and now they made it a whole game.
Well,
There's
see,
nothing wrong with it.
Like I said,
it's like Mario Maker. Nothing wrong with it.
right? I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I just felt it was also pretty weak.
In my opinion, there was lots of weak.
I know there was lots of weak.
There was lots of weak.
Early game Nintendo was very weak today, I would say.
Oh.
Early game. We'll get to that later. You'll have your time, Connor. You'll have your time. I think we can say that we're finished with Captain Toad. There's nothing really wrong with it, but I'm not that hyped for it. There's nothing.
I'm hyped for the boss fights. Like it wasn't just like the little walk around.
You're
level.
right.
There was like, it was the game.
Like I said, if they flesh it out, it'll do well.
It looked like I could be a little hyped for it.
All right.
It looks like it could be a $30 game. Are you?
This ain't no $30 game. Let's be clear.
I say at max they could sell it for $15.
$15
I'd
sounds like
pay
a good
30
price
for
point.
it.
You would pay 30
I
for
would
that?
pay 30 for it.
No, you
Look,
wouldn't.
I could see them selling it at max for 15, but I would personally only buy it for 10.
Maybe
Oh.
20. 20's like pushing.
20 is pushing. But Gibson
Oh.
also believes in the paying for the
lots of stuff.
betas and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's move on to... Should we save? I think we'll go for it.
Shoot for it.
Because it doesn't have to do with just Smash. We're trying to save Smash for the end. So, next up is Amiibo. Amiibo, the little figurines that Nintendo is going to start selling along with the
I don't
launch
think it's
of
gonna take off.
Smash Wii U. I don't think it's going to take off either.
It's probably going to be the most popular with small children or collectors, but I don't think either of those two demographics are the ones that have like... Well, collectors have the money for it, but kids...
Kids just want the toy.
They just want the toy. It won't even be for the gameplay. It's gonna be for the figurine. These amiibos look like things they could put in McDonald's Happy Meal.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, it's like going to McDonald's, getting your Happy Meal, and you get a little Mario
That is
figurine.
so
Yay!
true.
But like, it's just like the Skylanders and everything. I don't know anybody who plays Skylanders. I don't know anyone who plays Disney Infinity.
Well, to be honest, do you know a lot of children between the ages of 7 and 12 years old?
No.
That is a huge demographic for Skylanders and Disney Infinity both. My
Well,
niece...
okay, maybe this is like I'm living in a different time. When I was a kid, if I'd been like, Mom, thanks for giving me this game. Can you give me all these figurines? She'd be like, no, slap.
You see, what
No,
what I've seen
okay.
parents do is they take the game and say, all right, this is a cool game, right? And the kid goes, right. And every time the kid's good or has a good day, instead of doing like a good star sticker, they go out and buy them a figurine.
Dude, you know how much a good star sticker costs? Like a penny.
5 cents.
You know how much one of these, but games like Skylanders sell like crazy in GameStop?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, if they
exactly.
sell like crazy, it'll probably sell even better with Smash Bros. Because Skylanders is not nearly as popular as Smash Bros. I know that.
I think the biggest barrier to Amiibo is going to be like with Skylanders or Disney Infinity, the figurine is the game, but that's not the case with Amiibo.
That's
You
not true, but okay.
Is it not?
It is not true.
Do you have to buy the game separate from the figures?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
there's
Like,
not even,
okay,
like, a
the
starter
first
figure?
there's a starter figure, but the figure itself is not the game.
I see. I think there's going to be a cost barrier because the kid's going to be like, I want this Amiibo, but I also need the game to get it. And at first it's like...
Well, that's what I said. They go out and it's like, all right, we'll buy you this game, and every time you do good, like maybe on a test, maybe not even like have a good day. It's like maybe you get a good grade on a test, and they buy them for the kid.
It has its uses, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna take off too much.
Like I said, I don't either.
I think it's pretty interesting with the Smash stuff, though, that you can customize them and use them as your own like AI and everything.
Of course, that's really cool.
That's pretty neat. I don't know if the mysterious special moves, like the customizable movesets with everyone, I don't know if that's Amiibo exclusive only. I hope it's not, because I think that's a really, really neat idea, but that would also be a selling point.
It would
for
definitely
too.
put a downer on my day if I had to pay an additional, because Skylanders and Disney Infinity toys, they're about the same price range. If I had to pay $13 for customizable movesets, I'd be very upset.
These things are $13?
Most like
Whoa.
That's
Disney Infinity didn't start with that. Like those were usually $7 per character, but like now I'm pretty sure the main selling price is like $13. It's pretty crazy. All right. I think we can move on from that. We've talked about it sufficiently. Now we're getting into the things that I actually care about because there are lots more things to talk about.
He didn't care about a damn thing before this.
Well, Mario Maker, Amiibo, and what else did we talk
Captain
about?
Toad.
Captain Toad.
Captain Toad's
They didn't-
Marvelous Adventure.
They
I
didn't
don't
quite
think that
get
was
me up.
the
Okay,
thing.
it didn't happen. I wasn't there. My body was not Reggie at that time.
Reggie tonight, though.
We can
Oh
save
my
it. We'll
gosh.
save it.
Oh.
Next we can talk about maybe some third party would be nice. We'll talk about Bayonetta 2 and the Bayonetta 2 custom costumes. They are Link, Peach, and Samus, and frankly, she looks amazing.
See, I didn't play much Bayonetta the first one, but like seeing the second one, I'm like, oh, this seems pretty cool. Because like I know the first Bayonetta, it didn't get much press or anything.
Right.
But I know the second one's had a lot of talk because like, oh, it's exclusive to Wii U now, and especially because of the costumes and whatnot.
The costume DLC and the bundle that they have,
The
it
bundle
comes with the
where
first
you get
game.
the first game too. That's gonna bring a lot of people in, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be super successful, but it'll definitely sell.
Yes, it will sell. Anything, Gibson?
No, I'm with Connor on this one. I wasn't even into the first Bayonetta, but to see that they're bundling the first game with the second, and to have this sort of fan service with the other franchises, it's not like sexy fan service or anything. It's just like a callback.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. You
That's
see that
Samus.
Well-
Samus though.
It's pretty
You
sexy.
seen the chicken Samus?
The chicken Samus.
I'm really happy for the alternate costumes. I hope they go all out, kind of like how Lollipop Chainsaw did. I know they had a lot of alternate costumes for their main character, so I'll be happy to see more of that.
I am also happy to see Chicken Samus Bayonetta. I'm happy about this. Alright, so I think we're good with that. We're moving right along with these. How about we will move on to something that did not get mentioned tonight, but was sprinkled out or sprinkled throughout Nintendo's press conference. There were hints of it. Mario Party 10, or as they liked to refer to it as, like,
Bowser Party?
Bowser
Bowser
Party.
Party.
I can't even.
They
think
didn't
of
say a
anything to
word
say
about it.
about
They didn't
'cause
say a word about
They
it.
didn't
I-
show.
It showed in, like, I don't even remember what it was, but, like, when they were showing a bunch of clips of gameplay from all of their games, it popped up once, and I was like, what was that? Because it looked like a new Mario, like, 3D game, but it was a mini game featuring Mario, Wario, Luigi, and Peach, I think. But it was there, and they were riding on a boat, and it was, like, rocking back and forth. And it was a mini game, and I saw, like, 3 seconds of it. So
There
it's
was, like-
there.
There was like no information. All they said was it exists.
They
Yeah,
also
they
mentioned how
confirmed it.
Bowser was the main character, and I think that's a neat twist.
It's a neat twist, but
I don't
there
know.
was no information about it
Yeah.
other than it's there.
Maybe it'll come in the next few days, but I hope they say more than just the title.
Well, that's something that maybe we could discuss right now too. Like we've been talking about this all day. E3 is not over. Just because Nintendo's press conference is over doesn't mean we're done. It means it doesn't. We're far from done because last year at E3, the Wii Fit trainer, which was probably the biggest surprise for Smash Brothers, got announced on day 2 officially. Officially. Gamatsu, predicted it.
Gamatsu.
Who is this guy?
It's Reggie.
I hope.
It's Reggie. Alright, let's see. We can move on to X, which was confirmed today to be the Xenoblade sequel, which Gibson said he's not frankly hyped for, but
It looks like it would be a good game for the people who are interested in the genre, but it wasn't like action-y enough. It was in the MMO type of area where you had a list of actions and you choose one and everything else goes on a cooldown timer. So if you're into that sort of thing, it looks good. I don't remember ever seeing any of the mech parts, but I
They
saw
did-
mostly...
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
They did focus a ridiculous amount on cutscenes today. Because last E3 they focused a lot on gameplay, which I figured they'd want to focus more on, but we saw literally like no story last year.
Well, I think the story was hard to follow because it was mostly in Japanese, but They did show a fair bit of on-foot gameplay, and it looked nice. It was good graphic-wise.
It
Right.
looked very pretty, but I didn't see a reason. Like, people who like Xenoblade, they're gonna get all over this. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know what Xenoblade's about. I saw him shooting